Good morning, class. Okay, we'll continue with chapter 3 selections part 3, yeah, which is continued from if and else statement. So far, we have covered if and else statement, one way if statement. Now we'll continue with nested if and also if, else if, and else statement. Nested if, the statement in an if or if else statement can be any legal Python statement, including another if or if else statement. Okay, the inner if statement is said to be nested inside the outer if statement. So you have like one main if statement, okay, here. So there is another if statement inside, okay, the if statement. So this is what we call as nested. Okay, the inner if statement can contain another if statement. In fact, there's no limit to depth of nesting. Okay, which means that you can have one if, another if, another if, another if. So it can be continued. Okay, so there's no limit. So what is the purpose? The nested if statement can be used to implement multiple alternatives. Okay, when you have a more conditions, more alternatives, more predictions, to check whether A, B, C, D, E, F or something. So you can use this multiple alternatives. Consider the following example in the next slide, which brings a letter grade according to the final number grader. Let's see. Nested if and multi-way if else statement. If score is greater than 90, grade is equal to A. Else. Okay. After they write else, okay, they come out with a nested if statement. Okay. If score is greater than B, okay, grade equal to B. Else. Okay. So they have like, every times they have a nested if statements. Okay, this one is also equivalent to this one. Can you see? This one is which is more better. Instead of using nested if statement, we can use if, else if, and the last condition should be else. You can see here, if, else if, else if, else if, and the last one should be else. While A works, the preferred format for multiple alternatives is shown in B using multi-way if, else statement. So there are two different way of writing the program, but both will be giving the same answer. But when you look at the presentation of the coding, okay, the source code, this one is more clear. Okay, so I won't say that this one is not wrong. No. Okay, this one's still correct. This one also still correct. But in terms of the nicer way of programming part, so this one is preferable one. Okay, so you can see the nested if statement and multi-way if else statement. Okay, so when you say that score is greater than 90, true, then it will get grade A. If false, then it will go for another condition, checking whether the condition is true or false. If that condition is false, then it will go for another condition. If that condition is false again, go for another condition. So if there is any condition is false, then it will go for the final output. Okay, let's see here. Trace the if else statement. If score is greater than 90, the condition is false. Just assume, just assume. Because here they say that the score is 70. So it's not satisfied with this condition, then it will go for the next one. Okay, this one is not working, then go for second condition. Okay, the second condition is also false because the score is 70. Also is not working, so it will go for the next one, the following one. So this condition is true. So the grade will be C. Okay. And then exit the if statement. A condition is only tested when all the conditions that comes before it are false. Okay. The condition, this condition, this is the condition. These conditions are tested if, okay, only This previous condition, the previous condition is false. False. Okay. If true means you already got the answer. So you don't have to check every other conditions. Okay. That the conditions that coming after the condition before. Okay. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, let's see. Program 4. Write a program that will determine the Chinese zodiac for a given year. Specifically, your program should prompt the user to enter a year and then determine the zodiac and display the results. So the zodiac sign is based on 12-year cycle, and each year in this cycle is represented by an animal: monkey, rooster, dog, pig, rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, and horse. Sorry. And then last one is sheep. So when you enter a year, it try to predict and determine whether the year is a rabbit year, it's a dragon year, or it's a tiger year, and so on and so forth. Okay. So problem solving, you need to list out all the uh, zodiacs. And remember, so the year divided by 12, you'll get 0 means you'll get monkey, 1 means you'll get rooster. The remainder, you see. So this is a modular. So modulus, when you divide by 12, you'll get 0. Okay. The remainder is 0 and so on and so forth until 11. So ask the user to enter the year. So this is your how you're going to design your algorithm. Enter user input. Second, process. Zodiac year is equal to year divided by 12 because it's a 12 years, right? The cycle, one cycle is 12 years. And then print the results. So phase 2 is the implementation part. So year is equal to, okay, we get the input from the user and the process. Divide the year by 12. If the division gives you 0, then it's a monkey year. If the division gives you 1, it's a rooster. If division is 2, then it gives you dog. Okay. If division gives you a remainder of 3, then it will go for pig, and so on and so forth. So when you enter 1963, you can check with your own calculator first. So what is the remainder for this one? Okay, so let's try one only. So 112, so 76, 72, will get 43. Is it? Mm, 43. So the balance is 7. So 7 is rabbit. Can you see here? 7 is a rabbit here. Okay, so given the following code, hope it's clear for you guys how to use the if and else if statement. When you have more than two conditions, we usually apply else if, and the last condition we write else. If you have only two conditions, you can directly write if else. No problem. This is only two conditions. If you have a more than two conditions, okay, when you have a more than two conditions, it's better to use else if statement rather than using nested if. You can use nested if like this one, okay, like this one. This one is nested if, but this one is look much better while using if else if statement. Okay, let's go with the checkpoint. Given the following code, show the output when x equal to y and sorry, x equal to 2 and y equal to 3. Okay, so we need to show them the answer, which means that it should be printing empty. Second case, x equal to 3, then y equal to 2. So it should print x is 3, x equal to 3 and y equal to 3, then z equal to z is 6. Okay, so if the first condition, if x is greater than 2, if y is greater than 2, z equal to x plus y. Print z is, so the z value, else it prints x is x. So you can see the flow chart. If x is greater than 2, if true means it will go for the next condition, which is y is greater than 2. If y is less than 2, then it will go for this condition, print the x value. If y is greater than 2, it's true means it will go for this process. So we have two conditions processed here. So you can see here 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. Now checkpoint number 9 is giving you slightly different from the first one. The first one is first output is empty. Now I'll go with the second output is empty. Okay, x equal to 2, y equal to 4. So x is 2, x equal to 3, y equal to 2, then it's empty. And x equal to 3, y equal to 3, z is equal to 6. So you want to check if x greater than 2, if y is greater than 2, z value will be x plus y, which is, follow the value, which is 3 plus 3 is 6. Else, if this condition is not satisfied, then it prints x is the value of x directly. You can see the flow chart. So x is greater than 2, false means it will give you this output. True means it will go for another condition. This condition is true means it will go the process. Next, what is wrong with the following code? If score is greater than 60, grade D. Else if score is greater than 70, grade C. Else if 80, B. Else if 90, A. Else grade F. This code has logic error. It will assign D always when the score is equal or greater than 60. It will not. For example, assign A if the score is equal or greater than 90. This is because the condition is only tested when all the conditions that come before it are false. Okay, so this is like a reverse process already. Okay, so that's why they say it's a logical error. Usually we'll write the highest value on top and then followed by the lowest value, right? But here they write the lowest value first, then second highest, second lowest, third, and so on and so forth. So that is the logic error. Okay, checkpoint 9. This is the fix of the previous coder. So which means the highest value should be on top. So now you should get the correct answer. Okay, so far we are done with if and else if statement. We'll continue with some common errors in selection statement. Common errors, common pitfalls. Okay. Most common errors in selection statements are caused by incorrect indentation. Still remember when you write if statement, okay, your print statement should be tapped inside. Otherwise, it will give you error. Okay, same goes for. So block one is, so block two go inside block three. If nested, then go inside again. So block two continuation and block one continuation. Okay. Next, common errors example 1. Consider the following code in A and B. So import mat radius is equal to -20. If radius is greater than 0, the area will be calculated. Print the area is, so in this case, print the area is area, name error, name area is not defined. They say the area is not defined. Okay, and the second case in the print statement is not in the if block. Okay, the print statement is not in the if block. The print statement you can see It's go outside already. It should be inside. It should be go inside under the if statement. To place it in the if block, you have to indent as shown in B. Can you see? This one is fixed. So now the answer is empty because the radius given here is -20, so that we didn't get anywhere any answer. So A as a runtime error. So this error we call as runtime error. Okay, it simply said that area is not defined. Next, error. Consider the following code in A and B. I equal to 1, j equal to 2, k equal to 3. If I is greater than j, okay, we'll go for another condition. I is greater than k, print A, else it's print B. So in this case, we have I is 1, I is 1, j is 2. 1 is greater than 2? No. Okay, so the condition is false. This condition is false, then it will go for the final output print B. So the code in A has two if clauses and one else clause, which if clause is matched by the else clause. So the indentation indicates that the else clause matches the first if clause in A and then the second if clause in B. Okay, so the correct answer should be your else statement should indented inside. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, pitfall 1 and pitfall 2 testing equality of double values, duplicated statement in if else and if else statement. Okay, let's see. Simplify Boolean variable assignment. Often new programmers write code like A. Okay, number, evaluate, input, enter a number. So it's auto evaluation. If, okay, if number, the number entered by user is divisible by 2 and the remainder is 0, it's even number, which is a true. Else, okay, the even is false. This is not an error, but it's better written and shorter as shown in B here. So A is still correct, but you still can write it. So enter a number. After you enter a number, even is equal to number divisible by 2 equal to remainder 0. So you'll get the answer, which is even. Avoid duplicating code in different cases. Okay, duplicating means repeated records. I mean, repeated codes. Huh? Often, new programmers write duplicate codes that should be combined in one place. We should combine this. It's supposed to be combined in one place, but we write it in a multiple place. Okay. So first of all, A, total equal to evaluate input enter total. If total is greater than 100, discount is equal to 10 divided by 100, total equal to total minus discount values, and print final total. Okay, else discount equal to 5 divided by 100, total is equal to total minus discount times total, print final total. Okay, so you can see the difference between the first if else statement and the second case if else. So again, A is not an error, but the new code removes the duplications and makes the code easy to maintain. So you can see the number of lines still the same. Only thing is the if else statement is combined together to produce a much more easier lines of code, source code, which is easy to maintain. Okay, so rewrite the following statement. If count divisible by 10, new line is equal to true, else new line false. Solution, you can convert these two just like formula. Okay, the even example just now, this one. Okay, if are the following statements are correct, which one is better? So yes, they are correct. Both are correct. Only thing is B is better than A because it is a concise and easy to read. Here they just directly mention two if statement. In this, instead of two if statement, they use if and else statement. What is the output of the following code if the number 14, 15, and 30? Okay, 14 divided by 2 will get 0. Yes, it's an even number. 15 is not even number, but it's a multiple of 5. Yes. And then 30 is also even number. It also multiple of 5. So you can see here. But on the other case, okay, second D, 14 is even, we know that. 15 is multiple. But here in this case, 30, okay, print number 30 is multiple of 5? No. Okay, why? In this case, they use direct two if statement. Here they use if and else if statement. So that is the difference. So you'll get only one print statement. So that's all for this case. So far we are done with if and else statement. We'll continue with the next lecture with another subtopic from selections. Thank you, class.